During All-Star Weekend, Caitlin Clark joins Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe for a live episode of A Touch More. And let's just say that Caitlin Clark does not...
Bird and Megan Rapinoe's podcast. Caitlin Clark recently revealed some very important information. Furthermore, the girl held nothing in return. This interview was pure gold, from revealing what Taylor Swift whispered, to her, too, making fun of herself for that stupid expression that went viral. Clark spoke candidly about all the things that have been making the internet go crazy. What is your favorite Caitlin?
From just a few states over, she loves a good Cheez-It and will wash it down with some swig. She loves Scrabble, outdoor concerts at the Ruoff, and golfing at Crooked Stick. She's every ref's favorite, and she dresses like a CEO because she's a boss. Please welcome to the show, Caitlin
Clark viral moment. Put it in the comments section. Now, let's talk about Caitlin Clark, even when she's not trying. The woman understands how to create an impression. She appears on Sue Bird and Megan Rapinoe's A Touch More podcast during All-Star Weekend. And these two icons immediately choose to make fun of her. They mockingly declared her to be every referee's favorite after introducing her with the most dramatic music imaginable, the same tunes the former Chicago Bulls used to walk out to. Guess it seems like there's nothing that says welcome to. The show liked making fun of someone right away for their interaction with the officials. Clark, however, fully rolled with it. The atmosphere was excellent. Funny, warm, and completely unfiltered.
Taylor Swift is whispering something into Caitlin's ear, and they have like a dialogue back and forth. Plenty of people were wondering what was actually said, what could be said between these two giant stars. And Megan Rapinoe just bluntly, flat out asks her, and she says,
For a continuous hour, these three were essentially making fun of one another. We also learned some shocking behind-the-scenes tales that no one had anticipated. Begin with the Taylor Swift case, since, of course, that's what everyone was curious about it. Do you recall the widely shared video of Swift whispering to Clark during that Chiefs playoff game? The internet went crazy attempting to decipher what these two enormous celebrities might be talking about. No beating around the bush, Megan. Rapinoe asked her bluntly. Furthermore, Clark's response was so utterly typical that it was nearly disappointing. As it happens, Clark was essentially serving as Swift's personal football analyst. She is being a complete football nerd by analyzing down plays and explaining why flags were thrown. Because it seems that Taylor Swift still needs someone to explain what's going on the field, even if she is dating one of the world's biggest NFL stars. And Clark was more than delighted to play instructor because she is such a huge Chiefs superfan. When you think about it all, it's just crazy. According to Clark, it's just another Tuesday now.
High school, they made you take like a 15-minute timeout if you got a yellow card.
That's
They're
ridiculous.
like, yeah, go to the bench for 15 minutes. I'm like, it's like a timeout, like you're 10. Like,
Was there orange slices there? No, there's not. That sucks.
Yeah, 15-minute
Yeah,
timeout.
I had an innumerable amount of yellow cards. Only 2 red cards, both from my mouth.
I didn't get any red, but I got a lot of yellows. It was always my goal, but
honestly, you two might be our best ever never played for the national team players. We could have used you guys.
yeah,
Center mid.
Yeah.
you guys did fine with that.
Center
Just
forward.
Center
Yeah.
forward. Center forward.
Not
center
defense.
Mid. Yeah. All three of us, to be honest. We'll be up top.
No, I know. Whenever they introduce me, sometimes, or they introduce somebody else, and it's like all defense, all that. I'm like, that'll never. That was never me. That'll never be part of the resume. None
Smart.
of us.
But not all defense.
Yeah. No. Okay. I don't know if you watched Saved by the Bell.
So good.
This is might be my
Goofy that you're
favorite
talking
one.
about. This is Goofy that you're talking about. Goofy Caitlin.
I feel like every game there's always like a new meme of me doing something.
This one is
Yeah.
top notch. I don't even know what happened.
I mean,
I
either.
do.
What game is this?
I have no idea.
Atlanta. Ryan Howard was trying to rough you up.
Oh, so I was like, I don't care. I
Yeah.
don't care.
You're like, I'm not scared of you.
Oh yeah, that's what I said.
I'm not scared of you.
Who are you?
Yeah.
I did say that.
Oh, it was so good. I remember I was watching this game
tough.
live.
I thought I was.
And she's sitting next to one of the biggest pop musicians in the world, casually discussing football regulations. She is currently functioning at that level. Talking to Taylor Swift on a regular basis is just a part of her life. However, that wasn't even the highlight of the conversation. They displayed that utterly iconic screenshot of Clark following her brief altercation with Atlanta Dream player Ryan Howard. You know, the one when Clark's hair is all over the place and she appears utterly insane, creating a silly face that quickly became a meme. She appeared to be having a breakdown because of the flawless freeze frame timing. It was lovely to witness Clark completely lose herself over this moment as she looks at this photo. She says this is...
Honestly, the freeze frame doesn't do you justice.
Like, that's not fair. I didn't actually look like that, right?
No, you were not that goofy in real time. This is so good. In real time, you were like, let's fucking go. Like, I'm right here. My whole face is right here. Freeze frame, you're like, my whole face is right here. Tough.
My hair's all messed up. I just got hit.
Yeah, you hadn't fixed the pony yet.
This is how I looked. I believed I was being tough. She acknowledged that throughout the entire incident, she was thinking, I'm not scared of you. However, the screenshot gave the impression that she was experiencing an existential crisis. Her entire face was just sitting. They're looking silly. And she kept giggling.
Rim looks big. But yeah, I like that moment I had with Stewie when I made that one over her. Like, I don't know how I made that shot. Like, I barely got it over her fingertips. Like, Stewie's one of the longest players in the league.
Like 8 feet with her arms. Yeah.
And I just started laughing, and then Stewie was laughing because we were both like, wait, what? How'd that go in? And then Sandy's
like, what
laughing.
the fuck? You're like,
Sandy's
what the
laughing
fuck?
behind me.
About how her hair was all messed up. Her entire face was messed up and just sat there looking obtuse. The finest part was when Sue and Megan reassured her that she truly appeared prepared and frightening, in real time to combat. However, she was thoroughly harmed by that freeze frame. Every game seems to create a new meme of her doing something strange. Clark was laughing about it. She is at least conscious of the fact that she is turning into a walking meme factory. Interview 6.34 6.56. They then discussed her amazing shot over Brianna Stewart, which was, to be honest, one of the season's most outrageous basketball moments, with her arms extended. Clark, who was playing at an incredible level that game, pulled up for this hotly contested three-pointer over Stewart, who is about 8 feet tall. By the thinnest possible margin, Clark was able to get it over her fingertips. Okay, close. Both of there? Subsequent reactions enhanced the moment even more. Stewart and Clark were both laughing because they were wondering, wait, how did that happen? And Clark was laughing because she couldn't believe the shot had actually gone in. Even the players involved were in awe of what had just transpired in one of those flawless basketball moments. During that time, Clark made 4 three-pointers in 45.
I was like, what do I do?
So
I didn't know what to do. I was like, should I help her?
me up.
People are gonna, if I help her, people are going to be like, why didn't you help her? If I don't help her, they'll be like, how come you didn't help her?
I was like,
And I'm frozen in time.
I remember what happened. This was my rookie year. Jordan Horston fouled me.
fouled you.
And they didn't call a landing space foul, per usual. They never do. They just called a normal common foul.
Burn.
But yeah, I was like, I thought one of the Seattle fans would help me. Maybe even you, but
I know, I'm not, I vividly remember I froze.
I even have green shoes on and no one still helped me.
I was like, oh my God.
I was like, I don't even see you down there. Tommy, though, again,
with another Letterman.
yeah, is very concerned.
5 seconds. Additionally, that shot over Stewart was quite likely the most absurd. Sandy Brondello, who was behind Stewart, was also laughing since everyone in the building realized they had just seen something extraordinary. That level of respect for one another and gratitude for a well-executed play, even by the other team, is uncommon. However, the anecdote about Clark ending up sprawled on the floor, directly in front of Sue Bird during her first year, was arguably the funniest. The referees failed to declare a landing space violation even though Bird was seated courtside when Clark was fouled on a shot. Startling. It's stunning that the referees failed to call a call involving Clark. She collapsed on the floor, right? In front of Bird. It seems simply froze. She was unsure of what to do at the time. Should I help her up? She asks herself. If I assist her, people will demonstrating favorability. I'll say, they will accuse me of being cold if I don't assist her. She simply sat there, utterly stunned by the circumstances, while Clark lay on the ground, wondering if anyone would come to her aid. Clark joked that she believed one of the Seattle supporters possibly. Even Bird herself would assist her. However, no. Even Tommy, who was wearing his trademark Letterman jacket because the man reportedly resides there, expressed concern but did nothing to assist. After a while, Clark stood up by herself, making, "Care to explain this to everyone who is listening?" The entire exchange effectively conveys how strange it must be for seasoned athletes to deal with someone who has so rapidly rose to prominence in the sport. Even Bird, who has been around for ages, was unaware of the correct way to react when a celebrity collapses in front of you. Clark came across as utterly sincere and grounded during the entire interview, even though her career is in disarray and she is under a great deal of strain. She manages to laugh at herself and interact with these kinds of situations in such a natural way. Speaking of attention and pressure, there has been some alarming information regarding Clark's ongoing injury condition, according to Stephanie White, coach of the Indiana Fever. Her plantar fasciitis appears to be more severe than first believed based on her recent media appearances. This isn't a small problem. That will be fixed right away. Clark might be out for a long time as a result of this. Given all the rumors circulating the league regarding roster changes and overseas signings, the timing couldn't be worse. The Belgian starlet Emma Mizziman recently declared her intention to join the New York Liberty, and to be honest, this may have given them the title. Mizziman had certain requirements for the venue where she would perform. New York made perfect sense for someone from Europe, and she wanted a city that felt like home with its public transit, walkability, and overall atmosphere. It's the most European-feeling city in America. When those conditions were revealed, it was rather clear that she was going to New York. When Steph Talbot, who had just been cut by the Golden State Valkyries, was signed by the Liberty, there was some uncertainty. Many people assumed that meant Mizziman wasn't actually going to New York, believing that the Indiana Fever would somehow pull off a miracle or that she would wind up with the Lynx. However, the Fever signing Mizziman never made sense because Clark might be out for a long time. In any case, joining a squad that was vying for a championship was one of Mizziman's other demands. Perhaps the Fever could have made that case if Clark had been healthy. That discussion was futile since Clark was coping with these injury concerns. One of the most accomplished athletes in international women's basketball is Miss. She just won Eurobasket with Julia Lamy and Julie Van Loo, who are currently also Sparks players. She offers true size, defensive prowess, and exceptional three-point shooting. It's a really uncommon combo in women's basketball. Before this signing, the Liberty were already loaded. Most of the league's teams could start their bench players, and they will be unstoppable once Jonquil Jones recovers from her injury. They rank first offensively, second in pace, and close to the top defensively. Even though they experienced some setbacks in the middle of the season, it was primarily due to the fact that they were missing important players and had a far more difficult schedule than they had in the beginning. It is simply unjust to include Miss Simmon on this list. Previously the favorites, the Liberty, are now far from it. Before the season even starts, they have virtually secured the 2025 title, the experience, skill, and depth. What they're assembling is unmatched by any other team in the league. There is a noticeable difference between this and Clark's circumstances. This individual, who has transformed the sport and given the WNBA unparalleled recognition and income, is coping with an ailment that may seriously limit her capacity to play at the greatest level. The Liberty, meantime, are accumulating talent as if they were playing NBA 2K without a wage cap. It's annoying since Clark has had such a significant influence on the league. She has given women's basketball new supporters sponsors, and vitality. Her games are a must-watch on TV. Her best moments go viral right away. Additionally, she has generated genuine interest in the sport that wasn't previously present. However, storylines, marketing value, and cultural impact are irrelevant to injuries. Clark must give herself enough time to recover if her plantar fasciitis is as severe as it appears to be. A minor injury could become something that impacts her entire career if she rushes back. Indiana would be wise to shut her down for as long as it takes, even if it means losing some games in the near run, given how young she is and how much basketball she hopefully has left in her future. Clark's long-term health is more significant than any one season. It's also important to remember that this injury did not occur at random. Plantar fasciitis usually appears gradually as a result of foot stress and misuse. Clark has been keeping an absolutely crazy schedule between games, media commitments, commercial events, and travel, so it's no surprise that her body is beginning to fail. Since her undergraduate career broke into the limelight, the woman has been going non-stop. She quickly entered her rookie season with all the hype and pressure that accompanied it, following her March Madness frenzy into the WNBA draft. She has hardly had time to breathe, much less recuperate and keep herself physically well. This serves as a helpful reminder that people, even superhuman athletes, are still people. Despite her seeming invincibility on the court, Clark shares everyone else's physical limitations. The distinction is that she is performing under close observation, with millions of people observing and evaluating every action she takes. The interview with Bird and Rapinoe was novel since it featured Clark in a more laid-back, organic environment. She wasn't addressing hostile inquiries from the media, defending her teammates, or providing an explanation for contentious calls. She was simply conversing with two basketball greats, who obviously admire her skill in exchanging amusing anecdotes. Fans can genuinely relate to players as people instead of just as athletes thanks to that type of content. Clark becomes more likable and approachable when she laughs at her own memes, talks about her interactions with Taylor Swift, and jokes with Bird and Rapinoe. It also reveals a significant aspect of Clark's character. Despite all the strain and attention, she doesn't take herself too seriously. She has the ability to find humor in circumstances that could otherwise make others anxious. Her success can likely be attributed in part to her mental toughness. Additionally, the timing of this interview was ideal, occurring throughout All-Star Weekend. When the goal is to celebrate the sport rather than deal with controversies and turmoil, it made everyone remember why Clark initially got so well-known on and off the court. She is genuinely lively and engaging in the future. Clark's injury status will undoubtedly be the most interesting plot point to watch. What's the duration of her absence? What impact will it have on her long-term growth? Will the Fever be able to compete without their star player? The Liberty, meanwhile, keep assembling what appears to be an invincible roster. The league's competitive balance may have been upset by MISM and the signing before the season even officially began. If other clubs wish to challenge New York's dominance, they will need to come up with innovative solutions. But that will be an issue for upcoming seasons. The priority at this time should be to ensure Clark's health improves and remains stable, instead of her battling ailments that could have long-term effects. The league wants her at her peak. The interview revealed the aspect of Clark that initially made her famous: self-aware, humorous, competitive, and totally genuine. Once she's fully recovered and back on the court, hopefully, we'll see a lot more of that version. In this interview, Clark's candor was exactly what we needed to witness. Taylor Swift demonstrated why she is not only a fantastic player, but also genuinely amusing by giving football lessons and making fun of her own memes. Leave a comment with your favorite Clark moment. If you want more WNBA stuff, hit the like button. You may also subscribe to receive the most recent information on everything.